Hello everyone, I am Om Nakshini and I am going to talk about adverse effect of mercury in food cycle. Now let's talk about why mercury. Mercury is a naturally occurring element that is found in air, water and soil. Exposure to mercury, even in small amounts, may cause serious health problems, which is a threat to development of child in the uterus and in early life. Mercury may have toxic effects on the nervous, digestive, and immune systems, and also on lungs, kidneys, skin, and eyes. Mercury is considered by WHO as one of the top 10 chemical groups of major public health concern. People are majorly exposed to methyl mercury, an organic compound, when they eat fish and shellfish that contain the compound. The structure of methyl mercury is shown here in the picture. Now let's talk about how mercury affects us. It affects us by a phenomenon known as biomagnification. Biomagnification is the accumulation of a chemical by an organism from water and food, which results in a concentration that is greater than expected. Methyl mercury biomagnifies through the food chain as predators eat other organisms and absorb the contaminants that their food sources contain. Over time, an individual who consumes plants or prey contaminated with methyl mercury will acquire levels greater than its either in its habitat or its food. As a result, the top predators acquire great body burdens of mercury than the fish they consume. As we can see in the picture, water contaminated with mercury is taken into by algae, which are eaten by algae eating insects, which is further eaten by insect eating insects, which is further eaten by fishes, who are in turn eaten by larger fishes, which are in turn eaten by humans. And as we can see, the mercury concentration is continuously rising as we go up the food cycle. Now let us talk about how mercury accumulates. Mercury is emitted into atmosphere by industries, which is deposited in rain and snow as gases and particles, which then accumulates into lakes, reservoirs and forests. Mercury then is transported into watersheds and converted to methyl mercury. This methyl mercury bioaccumulates in food webs, which affects the food cycle and hence the entire ecosystem. Now, let us talk about the already existing research in the field. Mediterranean basin has been studied in great detail over the past 20 years because of the anomalous natural presence of mercury. Marine animals of this basin have higher mercury body burdens than the same or similar species in the Atlantic. The mercury found in marine organisms is mainly in the form of methyl mercury. Long-term and frequent intake of seafood with high mercury levels by populations living in coastal fishing villages is associated with a high toxic risk, especially in pregnant women. In high concentrations of mercury have repeatedly been found in the fishermen of Tyrrhenian coastal villages. In some cases, these concentrations have associated with increase in DNA damage in blood cells. In a village named Madeira, high mercury levels of hair and blood have also been found. This information deserves renewed scrutiny with regard to preventive efforts needed. Now, let us talk about health effects on mercury exposure. Elemental and methyl mercury are toxic to central and peripheral nervous systems. The inhalation of mercury vapor can produce harmful effects on nervous, digestive, and immune systems, lungs, and kidneys, and may be fatal. The inorganic salts of mercury are corrosive to skin, eyes, gastrointestinal tract, and may induce kidney toxicity if ingested. Neurological and behavioral disorders may be observed after inhalation, ingestion, or dermal exposure of different mercury compounds. Symptoms include tremors, insomnia, memory loss, neuromuscular effects, headaches, and cognitive motor dysfunction. Mild subclinical signs of central nervous system toxicity can be seen in workers exposed to an elemental mercury level in the air of 20 mg per meter cube or more for several years. Kidney effects have been reported, ranging from increased protein in the urine to kidney failure. Now, let us talk about how to reduce human exposure to mercury. There are several ways to protect adverse health effects, including promoting clean energy, stopping the use of mercury in gold mining, eliminating the mining of mercury,